Alright, that looks like it's working. Which means I can send the messages. Alright, I can leave that open now. That's in a good spot. Close that. One thing I do want to do is open this up for the fingerprints chart. Squish down and put over here. Put that there. Put that even further over. There we go. Ah, lovely drink of water. And it's almost time to start playing the Colonel's Bequest, which ScumVM thinks is Laura Bow. Hello, Mr. Daniel. Wow. Hopefully that's not too loud. It's rather loud in my ears. Alright. What fingerprint is that one? Hooked at the top. That's Celie. Which I'm pretty sure on my cracked version is always Celie, but this time it's not, so. The curtain is about to go up. Please be seated. Have you previously attended a performance of the Colonel's Bequest? Yes, I have, but I'll click no. Stab. I don't know why this scene's in it. This is, barely relevant. There is most definitely no stabbing over a will. Colonel Henry A. Dijon. That's meant to be an A. The Colonel's Bequest. A foul murder has occurred. It's a hell of an intro. And now starts the 1920s musics. Especially with Ken Williams at the front there. Henry Dijon, a Colonel of Mustard. Celie, Fifi and Jeeves. The rest of the Dijon family, Rudy, Bertie and Gloria. The Prune family, Lillian and Ethel. The Colonel's confidants, Clarence Sparrow and Dr. Wilbur C. Fields. Dr. Fields. And starring Laura Bow, wearing way too much makeup. She's very pink around the cheek. Around the chin. 1925, Tulane University, New Orleans, Los Angeles? No, Louisiana. LA's Louisiana, right? Somewhere. I don't know American states. A squirrel! Hey Laura, want to come with me this weekend to my uncle Henri's estate? He's having a family reunion of some sort. I don't know, I have studying to do, leave me alone. Something is wrong with her face. Oh come on, it'll be a scream. It's such a creepy old place, you might find it interesting. People die there often. Okay, count me in. I'm in for death. People dying, that's my bag, baby. 2 nights later. It's not the fastest intro in the world. But you're supposed to be reading the credits, I suppose. Little froggies. And a turtle. We're here, Laura. We bloody better be. Misty Acres. Which in my bad eyesight almost looks like Musty Acres. Douglas Herring did some amazing animation in this. Well, what do you think? I think there shall be murder. It will be glorious. It looks interesting, alright. Wait till you meet the family. Right there. Just finish the game right now. Just one quick blow. Chop to the neck. Yes. And he's not even that old. Jeeves, don't you remember me? I'm Lillian. Oh, yes. Everyone else has already arrived. You are late, Miss Lillian. They're just sitting down for dinner. Please come in and join them. For murder. During dinner, an old man was wheeled in. I'm glad you are all here. I'm sure you're wondering why I sent for you. It was for murder. And death. To be glorious. As you know, I'm very wealthy. I'm a very wealthy man. I have invested my money wisely and have put away almost every dime. Also known as a skinflint. Penny pincher. However, my end is near and I have decided to bequeath my millions to each of you sitting at the table. Except, of course, Lillian's friend Laura. I don't know her. Ahem, no millions for her. Anyway, as I have said, you're all inheriting my money, and you will inherit equally when I go. So the less of you there are, the more you'll get. If any of you should die before I do, then your share will be distributed equally to the surviving parties. I.e., kill each other. Do it. Do it now. I'm tired, Fifi. Help me back to my room. He just got wheeled in. Good night, all. I'm out of here. Hurry up and kill each other. Do it. Can you believe that? The old goat. Why is he... I'm surprised he didn't try to take it with him. He's such an old skinflint. I don't think you deserve any money. Speak for yourself. How much do you think he's got? Well, millions, he told you. Well, I know what I'm going to do with my share. Your share? I bet the old codger outlives you. I wonder how sick he is. Do you think he's going to go soon? Yes. I've had enough of this, Laura, and I will retire to our room now. Yes, Mum. They're both walking with their hands out. Act 1, 7 p.m. Yes, congratulations, clock. You have chimed well. Right, you can stop it now. There we go. This is the guest room you share with Lillian. Though a bit tired looking, it seems comfortable enough. Laura dear, please excuse me, I'm going to freshen up in the bathroom. Why don't you explore the estate a bit? Why don't I? Something doesn't feel right. Everybody's acting too strange. Even Lillian. What would Daddy do in a situation like this? I always thought her dad must be dead. Honey, if things don't feel right, they probably aren't. Observe the situation closely, yet be unobtrusive. Explore your surroundings quietly and carefully. Try to question the others without raising suspicion. Notice small details. Take lots of notes, and above all, be careful. It's a little hand wheel. It's hilarious. Since you never go anywhere without your trusty notebook and pencil, you go to your suitcase, open it, and remove those two items. Yes, your father is right. From the spirit realm, observing the situation and taking notes would be a good idea. Alright. Wait. Why can't I open the menu? Let's see how fast that is. That is acceptable. Start. Alright. Let's just, open this door. It appears to be a chute of some kind. You wonder where it goes. Let us find out. Get shooted. Wonderful. Oh shoot. I was lured by my chute. Alright, Lillian's in the bathroom, so that sounds pretty interesting. This is the back upstairs hallway of the mansion. See? A beautiful porcelain cat sits eloquently on a marble pedestal. If I right click. Two Greek statues guard both sides of the bathroom. One thing I like about the SCI engine is right clicking looks. The reason I like that is because parser games often have the problem of if you can't look at an item to find out what it's called, it's sometimes very hard to know what to call the item to look at it. Two old armoires rest against the side walls, or armories. A modern bathroom has been installed in this old house. Hi Laura, I'm feeling better now. That ride through the bayou had me plumb frazzled. If you need to freshen up too, I'll be done in just a minute. Yes, freshen up with me. No, look, Lillian. Your friend Lillian Prune is a rebellious flapper. Like you, she is 20 years old, but unlike you, she's been known to hang out in speakeasies, smoke, and run around with several young men. She is assertive and outgoing, to the point of obnoxiousness, but underneath it all, you believe her to be a lonely, insecure girl. She doesn't actually sound that weird now. Like, oh no, she goes and drinks and has a smoke. I mean, this is America, so 20 is still too young to drink. But in Australia, a 20-year-old girl who smokes, dates a couple of men, drinks booze, is known as a woman. She's definitely a cool cat. She's down where it's at. Sniff, sniff. I smell. Oh, she's leaving. She flees before me. You know what? It's shower power time. Yes, you do feel a bit grimy. Perhaps a shower will make you feel better. Oh yes, please do. Didn't Alfred teach you anything? I have made a fundamental error. That's one of the deaths that doesn't make a lot of sense. At this point in the game, the killer is not angry at Laura. So why would the killer kill Laura? If you ask me, I don't think she has any. Oh, hello, dear. Ethel seems to be drinking a strong alcoholic drink. Ethel is a stylishly dressed, overly made-up older woman. Many years of hard drinking have taken their toll on her, as her face is puffy and red, and her skin is wrinkled prematurely. She always seems to have a drink in her hand. You have never met her before, but Ethel is your friend Lillian's mother. And we have to look at her hanky. Ethel holds a white hanky in her hand. Are you having a good time, dear? Why don't you run along now, Laura? Go do something exploring more, dear. Get out. Leave me alone. Your friend is persistent, isn't she, Lil? Ethel refuses to answer your idle chit-chat. She's right here. Gertrude. I've always thought my Aunt Gertie was the biggest snob. I don't know why Uncle Henri keeps him around. Dr. Fields is nothing but a lecherous old quack. Mother is who she is, that's all. Clarence Sparrow is nothing but a cheap swindler. I bet he cheats Uncle Henri out of a lot of his money. Uncle Henri and I are very close. At least we used to be. He's always been like a father to me, you know. I think I know my uncle better than you do. Jeez. If you ask me, I think he's having a little fling with Fifi. Fifi's such a fake. I don't understand what Uncle Henri sees in her. I think everyone else understands perfectly. You can ask him about everyone, but it's boring. Let's, Damn it, I spelled it wrong. I can never spell Armoire. Stupid bloody name. You pull on the armoire. Surprise, you find out the whole armoire opens to reveal a secret door. Da-na-na. You have found a small hidden room in the house. Gertie isn't deserving of any of Henri's money. Why, she's not even a blood relative. What are you going to do about it, Mother? Stab her! Well, I can certainly talk to Henri about her and those two brats of hers. So I guess Gertrude married into the family. You never change, do you, Mother? That seems like an odd thing for Lillian to say. Never mind, Lillian. You and I will never agree on anything. Because Lillian asked what she's going to do about it, and Gertrude was... Ethel was like, well, I'll talk to Henri. Lillian apparently wants her to do something more. There is nothing of interest in Rudy and Clarence's room. I don't know if I can die in here yet. So let me just do my explore save. There is a way to die where you get pulled off to the side here. But I believe it can only happen later in the game. And if you stand in a very particular spot. There's like one like pixel that if you hit it, you get yanked off to the side. So I definitely think it's only later. This appears to be another guest room that Rudy and Clarence are sharing. The secret panel closes behind you and leaves no trace. Can I open it the other way? Just do that. Yeah, so you can't go back. Can I, You notice 3 suitcases next to the beds. They must belong to Rudy and Clarence. They're locked. Who locks a suitcase? I wonder if the passcode's 1234. This is the front upstairs hallway of the plantation house. A grand staircase leads down to the lower level. I want to go to the lower level. Watch out! Perfection. Beautiful. It's not a pretty sight. Alright. It's just an empty closet. Later in the game, you do get killed for doing that, so... This is a cozy guest room which Gloria and Gertie are sharing. We're trying to move another armoire. What? You pull on the armoire. Surprise, you find that the whole armoire opens to reveal a secret door. You have found a small hidden room in the house. There is nothing of interest in Gertie and Gloria's room. Oh ho ho! Ho ho ho! What do we have here? At 7:15. Oh mon ami, I find it difficult to refuse you. I am so attracted to you and your money. Well, I was quite a blade in my younger days. I had more money, you see. Oh la la, I can tell, Andy, I can tell. Ah, Fifi, my dear, I do appreciate you, but you'd better leave now before we're noticed. Too late, old man. If you say so, Henri, au revoir. I go to make out with Jeeves now. Nope. Couldn't get the right spot that side. Oh no, there is somebody in the room. Well, a bit late. I already slid the door open. You think they would have noticed that? This elegant room must be the Colonel's. You notice there is an elevator here. It's odd to see a newfangled elevator in this old-fashioned house, but how else would the Colonel go up and down the stairs? Yes, how else? The old Colonel seems uncharacteristically in an agitated state. His eyes dart around the room and he fidgets in his wheelchair. Frowning, he watches you suspiciously. The Colonel smokes a small, nasty-smelling cigar. Leave my maid alone. The staff is my business, not yours. You don't need to concern yourself with my cook. She's none of your concern. Go find Lillian. My sister is none of your concern. He won't tell us anything. I'm warning you, stay away from my nephew. You don't need to know nothing about my doctor. I think I do, mate. He's named Dr. Fields. Clarence. You don't know to be involved in my business. Get lost, young lady. It doesn't appear that this room has been used in a long time. However, it currently seems to be the guest room of Dr. Wilbur C. Fields. That's a horrible name. It is Dr. Fields' bag, baby. Since it belongs to Dr. Fields, you should leave it alone. Okay, I can't look in it either. Unfortunate. Hurry up and die, old man. I need your money. If I kill everyone else, I'll be the one to get it. Just so you know. That's how that works. This is the front downstairs hallway of the big house. A grand stairway leads upstairs. Oops! Oh! Oops! It will take a while to get the splinters out. That's a lot of splinters. That's a lot of splinters. This is the back downstairs hallway of the big house. Double French doors lead out back. Oops. You pull on the grandfather clock and to your surprise find that the whole door opens to reveal a secret. You have found a small hidden room in the house. Surprising. Oh. What a skinflint Uncle Humphrey is. Henry. Man, what I would do with his dough. How rich is he, darling? Don't know for sure. At least a couple of mil. Yes. I'll hit him in the head with a club. If he's so rich, why doesn't he keep this place up better? It's such a dump. This place looks pretty good. Colonel Henri built all of these. The old miser wouldn't part with a penny if he could help it. I wonder if Fifi's getting any of his money, though. Colonel Henri is a bit of a spy. I bet she's trying to anyway. Why, she practically has him wound around her little finger. Darling, it's disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, what are you going to do about Clarence? Oh, him. I've decided to break up with Clarence. I have a new beau. A director, no less. He's such a doll. Clarence isn't going to like it when you break it off. I don't trust him at all, the snake. Clarence the snake. Oh, darling, that reminds me. Remember that little medical problem I had? I wouldn't trust Wilbur to keep it quiet. It could ruin my career if it got out. I've got to talk to him. I think this might be a reference to an abortion. You do that, my dear sister. As for me, I'm going to retire to my room for a while. Kiss, kiss. Or some sort of sexually transmitted disease. The doctor is alone reading a magazine. Pervert. So I can't think of another thing that she would, that could ruin her career besides some sort of sexual act that would prove that she's, you know, a cheat and flirting around. You have found the Colonel's billiard room. Funny, he doesn't seem to be the kind of guy who would enjoy playing billiards, listening to the records on the Victrola, or the player piano. Can I play? Although your father is an excellent billiards player, you never learned the game. Right, just play pool instead. Victrola. You can see an old-fashioned Victrola and cabinet in the corner of the room. Victrola. You don't have it. Maybe, oh, I'm pretty close. You never learned to play the piano, but there is a winding mechanism on the side of the player piano. Oh, got a turn handle. Dance party! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Get it going! And that's why Laura is not a party girl. She can barely dance for a couple of seconds before vomiting. Mirror don't open, do they? That's a big hint that, yes, this mirror does move. You push on the oval mirror and to your astonishment find that the mirror opens to reveal a secret door. You have found a small hidden room in the house. Again. I mean... Hello? Clarence and Gertrude, who apparently married into the family. I've offered her a fair deal many times for her property along the river, but the old biddy won't sell. Soon she's going to force me into taking some sort of action. What could you possibly want with that swampy land anyway? It's no good for anybody. Yes. She is a frowner. Little do you know, Getty, my dear, let's just say that I happen to know it's worth a great deal, and I have several rich potential investors who would back me up on any plan to exploit or develop it. Well, tell me. I've said too much already. You'll probably go and blab everything to Ethel. Of all the nerve. Well, if I were Ethel, I wouldn't sell you any land either. You're no better than a low-down snake in the grass. I don't know what my daughter sees in you. My affair with Gloria is none of your business. Besides, she thinks she doesn't care what you think. Isn't it an affair because they're cheating on each other? Like, they're cheating with each... You're trying to exploit my daughter, just like you try to exploit everyone else. Well, I've got the goods on you, mister. I know about your little racehorse scam. If you don't watch your P's and Q's, I'm going to tell him all about it. Try it, lady. Like, I've had enough of this. You're going to call a relationship, sort of in this time period, an affair. Even though there's no... Like, you're not cheating. But nowadays, an affair has the connotation that you're, cheating. And that, I've lined Laura up perfectly there. That looks like it's her in the dress. There is nothing of interest in the dining room. The secret panel closes behind you and leaves no trace. This is a very elegant dining room. It looks like the Colonel has some class after all. Actually, hang on. How do I spell it right? Open door. It appears to be a chute of some kind. You wonder where it goes to. Ah! Turns out, still too high. Oh, shoot. Shoot that and shoot this. It's not a work, it's a shoot, baby. This must be the library. You see many books of various and sundry topics displayed in the bookcases. Tucked into one wall, you notice an elevator shaft. Oh, look, there's Jeeves. Jeeves is the Colonel's imposing butler. Though you find him somewhat good-looking, he nevertheless gives off a disconcerting feeling of secretiveness. You have noticed that Jeeves generally keeps to himself, and seems to talk in little more than monosyllables. You wonder about him. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. Yes. If you want it, just get drank. You don't care for liquor, remember? I bloody well do, mate. Please don't be so formal. Just use first names. So it knows Fields is a last name of a character, but they wrote that into into the parser to say, please use the first name. When they could have just written it in to join up with Dr. or Wilbur. Dr. Wilbur C. Fields is a pudgy man in his mid-50s. He seems to be a nervous type and sweats profusely. You wonder about his medical practices and if he ever samples his own wares. You gather that he has been the Colonel's personal physician for many years. Gloria is a beautiful girl, a desirable girl. She was a patient of mine once, though I haven't seen her for quite some time. Yes, you can look at stuff with the mouse if you feel like it. Various objects and knickknacks are displayed on the fireplace mantle. None of it interests you, though. I like typing out looking at things most of the time, though. This appears to be the Colonel's study. As a large desk dominates the room, upon the desk you notice a small glass case. At the back of the room, two large cabinets also catch your attention. Look, Fifi is the Colonel's pretty French maid. You surmise that she is probably very apt in her duties, whatever they may be. Fifi is young, blonde and sexy. Although she seems to have a vivacious personality, you can sense a certain cunning underneath it all. Oh, we are clean. Oh, we are clean some more. Get out. Come here. Nope, that's not. You don't feel like kissing her. Sure about that? You look through the small glass case and notice a little silver derringer mounted upon a blue velvet backing. You see a fancy cabinet with leaded glass doors. Cautiously, you peek inside the open door of the cabinet. Not surprisingly, part of the Colonel's weapons collection is housed here. Within the cabinet, you see an Australian boomerang, a steel cutlass, a pearl-handled dagger, a mace, and an antique crossbow. Take mace. Beat Fifi. Win game. No, she's not the killer. Or is she? Does she kill because we keep dirtying the house? Foul murderess indeed. You carefully open the glass door of the cabinet and look inside. Stored within, it is the Colonel's rifle collection. So the Colonel has plenty of weapons for the murderer to choose from. So this would be a perfect game of Clue. Or Cluedo. It's the main mission. Correct. Oh, my numlock's on. There we go. Diagonals. This old house has a nice big kitchen. Right now you see Celie washing the dinner dishes while Beauregard has found a warm spot by the stove. Celie is the Colonel's cook. She is an overweight black lady who on the surface seems to be distant and unfriendly. However, you sense that she is probably a very nice person, just minding her own business. You have heard that Celie practices voodoo, and you wonder about this. Beauregard appears to be a very old and lazy bloodhound. His loose skin hangs in folds, and his long ears almost drag the ground. You sense that Beauregard must be the Colonel's beloved dog. Of course it's not a nice book, it's a nice box. Aha, a leftover soup bone. As it might come in handy, you grab it and take it with you. That was a hell of a point noise. This game does not understand butter. That is not understood. The old butter churn is empty. Oh, maybe that's why I can't churn. Hang on. That is not understood. I couldn't churn my life away. You're right, it's not butter yet. It's still milk. I think this is the only room I've not been in, and this might be the one that knocks the time forward. You have entered the parlour of the old mansion. Against the back wall you notice a sculpted marble bar, and in the corner a parrot swings from its bird stand. Clarence Sparrow is a dapper-looking man in his late 40s. From what you have gleaned, he has been the Colonel's attorney for some time, and seems to know the rest of the group as well. His manner is a bit on the curt side, and you can sense a bit of sneakiness here. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. I want one. I do care for it, though. It's probably one of the upper rooms, and it's going to move time forward, so I can go outside safely. You are standing in the front of the old plantation house, right by the front door. It's real creepy and dark out here. You shiver at the thought of venturing outside alone. Perhaps you ought to go back inside. Nah, we got things to do. What a wonderful view of the old plantation house. From here, you can almost imagine what it must have been like during its glory days. Glory days. Just talking about glory days. This statue appears to resemble the Colonel in full officer's regalia. He made his own damn statue. You are standing at the south edge of the bayou, inside island, looking towards the great old plantation house. An old road runs outside the plantation's front wrought iron fence. Yeah, kind of the only way to play this game well is to know generally where you need to go to move time forward, and where to avoid for a certain amount of time so you don't move time forward, and you can investigate fully all the items in that. Obviously, you have to move time forward for the murders to occur, but you really want to sort of stick within each hour and not leave it until you're certain you've done everything you can possibly do. Of course, there's no harm in just rushing through the game. If you hit every turn, hour turn, really quickly, you can still get to the end of the game and even get the correct ending if you get the right items. But there's no... I mean, even if you don't get the right items, you will get an ending. The weather-beaten dock extends from the island's edge out into the alligator-infested bayou. Toward the center of the island, you can see the old plantation house. It's meant to be a... you're not meant to play this game once. This game's intended for multiple playthroughs. It's not a very long game. It's just designed that you play it over and over and over again. Because there's not really a dead end that can stop you, like in normal Sierra games. So the intention is that you will just continue playing it until you get the best ending possible. The thick muck was too much for you. Little fishy. Which you can get the best ending without getting the best score. So it's up to you whether you want to go for the Super Sleuth score, which is really hard to get. You're at the south edge of the Bayou Island. An old road runs alongside the old plantation's front wrought iron fence. From here you can see the west edge of the main circular driveway. It's really intended to be a multiple playthrough game. You are walking along the south edge of the Bayou Island. An old road runs alongside the old plantation's front right iron fence. In the distance you see a carriage house. Yes, it's meant to be that you actually do write down notes about where people are, what room they're in, at what time. You're at the southwest edge of the Bayou Island. The old road and fence have been overtaken by the rising swamp water. Well, of course, once you know what you're doing, you can just storm through it, but... Have you ever had that sinking feeling? And a lot of these rooms out here are completely pointless. There's only a very few of them that you actually need. You have come upon a ramshackle little playhouse. Hanging from a nearby tree, you see an old rope swing. Seeing these long ago playthings makes you wonder about the children who used to live here. It's actually atypical. It's not the normal Sierra game. Because of how you can't dead end yourself. Well, you can die. They're normally from doing stupid things, not just from like, oh, you walked the wrong way. It's like you walked into the lake. That's what killed you. Gingerly, you sit in the swing. How embarrassing. You attempt to open the playhouse door, but discover it's locked. You see a rusted iron bell at the top of an old bell tower. A rope dangles a short distance beneath the bell, while a ladder runs up the tower's side. Behind a weathered fence, you also notice the remnants of an old plantation fields. That kind of means that he's not even, he's not running this plantation anymore. It's not having farm or anything. At this end of the island, there is a small quaint chapel. Behind it, you see an old family cemetery. Time to go look at dead people. This is an old family graveyard behind the little chapel. Set among the various family graves and monuments, you notice two large tombs. So we've got the croutons. Granite slabs form the tomb doors. And we have the Dijons. Dijon Colonel Mustard. And a crouton is a toasted bread thing that you put in soups and salads and stuff like that. This was a damn good time to be a Sierra fan. They had some very good games come out. On the west corner of the island, you see an old dilapidated stable surrounded by an empty corral. There is only one stall in this old stable. As there is an old broken down nag in the stall, you deduce this must be Blaze. It's a bit rude. You see an old saddle hanging on the wall. That must be Blaze's old bridle. Bales of hay have been haphazardly piled around. A lantern hangs from the wall inside the stall. That seems important. I want that lantern. Hello, horse. Pat, pat. As you stroke Blaze's velvety soft nose, his eyes open wide and his ears twitch uncontrollably. I don't know if it's intentional, but every now and again, see there, he puts his ears backwards. And on a horse, and ears going flat backwards is the symbol that they hate you. They hate your guts. Something you're doing is upsetting them and they are not happy. Which is fitting because of that. You're a dead ringer, Laura. I'm not sure if that's intended to warn you that Blaze is not a happy chappy. Also, I don't think if he's Blaze, he's probably a stallion or a gelding, and I don't think you still call stallions or geldings nags. I think a nag is a female horse. An elder female horse. The old nag. Might be wrong about that one. You're standing in the northwest corner of the house, right outside the Colonel's study. So there's not much I can do out here. I'm just exploring for the fun of it. Out the back door, a garden path encircles a small statue. Then it continues on through a lovely rose arbor. So I know what the next thing I have to do is. This is a wonderful little garden. You wonder who planted it. Certainly not the Colonel. It's a bit rude. There are 2 garden benches here. Upon 2 marble pedestals sit matching marble urns. So, you know, someone here had love in their heart. You don't feel like sitting around, Laura. But I do. This game, stop telling me what I want to do. I want to get drunk and I want to sit down. You're not the boss of me, game. You feel better now that you're back in the house. It was scary out there. So the next part of the... I didn't intend for that to happen. That was legit. That kind of scared me. So the next part of the game is finding someone dead. The first murder is about to happen. So I kind of need to go back in the house to start it. And I believe the first murder is the only one that isn't in 2 separate parts of the world. This is the southwest corner of the mansion right outside the billiard room. Every other body I know of, there are 2... You feel better now you're back in the house. There we go. Gloria Swansong, a beautiful platinum blonde, is the Colonel's other niece and Gertie's daughter. She seems so glamorous with her long feather boa, stunning jewels, and lovely gown. You've been told that she's a successful actress in Hollywood, although you've never heard of her. No one seems to want to drink off Jeeves. Except for me. I want to get crunk. So as I was saying, every body has 2 locations in the world that you can find it. And I believe it's just whichever one you go to first, that's where the body will be. Except for the first one, which only has 1 location. I think because of how it happens, there can only be 1 place for it. It's just Gloria listening to the Victrola. So we know where everyone sort of is right now. She has the hair of Ric Flair. Good old Mum Ra. Gonna move this armoire. Armoire. We're gonna have a look through Blazer's eyeballs. Oh. You don't see anything, but you hear what sounds like someone snoring. And we can see someone snoring. So, let's sneak in. Oh no, there's somebody in the room. It's alright, they're snoring. Nothing to worry about. Ding. Act 2. Not gonna make that clock go through. This is a cozy guest room which Gloria and Gertie are sharing. Gertrude Dijon is the Colonel's widowed sister-in-law. She obviously is behind the times, as she looks like she has just stepped out of the gay 1890s. A bit of a snob, she walks around with her nose up in the air and has an annoying habit of constantly playing with her many strands of pearls. Rich people. So, I'm going to make a save at Act 2. Oh, there's something on the floor there. What could this be? Looks like someone dropped a white handkerchief on the floor. Okay. Yep, it's a hanky. Nothing important in there. Let's see if we can see anything else with Snoring Lady. There is nothing of interest in Gertie and Gloria's room. But she was just in there snoring. Oh! I hope you're watching. That's what you get for being such a snoop, Laura. Let's do that again. Without... Hopefully without being murdered. I'm pretty sure you can get there without being murdered. Remember how I said that after a certain time, you can be murdered by stepping over in that corner? Well, there you go. Did something happen in here? A small table is lying on its side near a wide open window. Is that cigar smoke you smell? The secret panel closes behind you and leaves no trace. The crumpled plant lies on the floor next to a small table that has been knocked over. Who could have opened the window, and why? Curiously, you peer through the open window into the darkness outside. Looking downward, you think you see something, but can't make out any details. To the downstairs we go! Someone's walking outside on the second floor veranda. Who could it be? Those scuff marks near the armoire, they're pretty much always there. They're the little notes that you can open them. I don't think you can look at them. Let me just try that again. Yeah. There's deep scuff marks. Let's check this door again. Nope. Still safe. You know, as safe as this house is. Honey, if you found any items you're confused about or would like more information about, try showing it to the others. They may reveal more information about it to you. Thanks, Daddy, whoever you are. Right. Hey, lady. Don't worry about me. Just going outside. Oops, that's the window. That's why it didn't open. Oh. Oh dear. It looks as if Gertie has accidentally fallen from her upstairs window and killed herself. Or was it an accident? Gertie's dead, alright. Ugh. Ugh. You're not close enough. Oh. You quickly examine Gertie's body and see that she died of a broken neck. You can see no clues as to what might have happened. Well, she was sleeping in her bed and then she sleptwalked and leapt out the window. Yeah, nick pearls would be quite a good idea. You know your mum? She's dead. Mother! Oh no, it can't be! Yes, yes, go look. Go look at your dead mother. Yes, look at her. Look at your dead mother. Look at your You're very mean. There's nothing there. Excuse me, I just felt your dead mother's broken neck. You know, pretty sure she's out here. Eh? You must be joking. Gertrude is dead. You're correct. And she's no longer here. At some point, she was forced to leave. So, you know, let's have a quick dance party. It appears that Gloria is more in the mood to listen to music than to talk to you. You know, to be fair, so am I. We're gonna be honest. Oops, nope. That's the one I want. Thank you. Still safe? Still safe. Nothing can kill us in this house. We didn't go in this window, this room. This is where Ethel is staying. It looks as if this might have been a nursery at one time. Now it has been converted into a makeshift guest room with Ethel as its current guest. But there's no Ethel in here. It's a wonderful old dollhouse, but you'd better leave it alone. Or else. I'd like to show Ethel the hanky, but I'm not sure where she is at the moment. So it's time to explore. Yes, the Colonel's over by the window having a smoke. Good Colonel. Good man. There won't be anyone in this room. Someone put the pot plant back up. A potted plant graces the top of the small table. Guess they're, Oh! Oh! Leave me alone, you cad! It seems that Rudy Dijon is Gloria Swansong's brother and Gertie's son. You surmise that Swansong must be Gloria's stage name. Rudy is a handsome man and any woman would be attracted to him, but you sense an undercurrent of hostility in Rudy, a sense that he should not be crossed. Now, I wonder if there's more to that, because there's often more to these scenes if you spy on them. But of course you have to know where they are to spy on them. And sometimes there's not, so... Rudy is having a drink in his room. So yeah, there's no more to that one. It's just Fifi giving Rudy a good old slapperoonie for trying to kiss her. It sucks to be Rudy. Though apparently Laura finds him attractive, to some degree. Some of these tables could use a good dusting. Also, if I spell the words right, you know. You think it's bourbon. You know, Laura, you're a very attractive girl. Are you really friends with Lillian? You don't seem to be her type. Come on over here. Relax. Have a drink. No way, buddy. Don't be afraid of me. I don't bite. This might be a good time to leave. Be like that. I don't care. You've upset Rudy. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Okay. I'm sorry, Rudy. Even though he is attractive, you'll pass. So she does find him attractive, but she knows he's a piece of shit. So she's like, nah, I'm not hanging out with that guy. It looks like a hanky to me. Congratulations, Rudy. Observer of the Year. The stairs lead to the third level of the house. There is a doorway in front of you and another to the right. This is a cool effect, I think, where it sort of shows you this room. This must be Fifi's room. Although her room is in the attic, she has fixed it up nicely. Fifi is primping at the vanity. So there is a secret you can find in this room later. A little Easter egg that someone like L. Lowe put in the game, probably. I actually kind of wish more of the rooms were like that, where you stepped into them and then it showed you what was in there. Because I think that's a really cool effect, and it's very fitting for a murder mystery game. That you know there's a room there, but you can't see into it, so it's all blanked out. Gonna see a lot of that save screen as I desperately make sure I don't screw up. You know, Polly, you really understand me, don't you, huh? Hike, Polly, hike! Try another way. Oh, no. Show hanky. Ethel doesn't even look at it. What? Heck? You're drunk. This is the southeast corner of the mansion, right outside the parlor. You're standing in the northeast corner of the house, right outside the kitchen. Beside the kitchen door, you see a doghouse and a cellar door. Come and get it! Oh, look, there's Beauregard. Oh, he's so happy. He's so happy as Beauregard. Yes, you are. Who's a good boy. Give bone to dog. Okay. What's this called? There is a large doghouse outside the kitchen door. You see the name Beauregard written over the doghouse door. You peer into the dark interior of the doghouse and look around. What's this? Why, it looks like a necklace of small amethyst and quartz stones. Beauregard must have found it someplace and brought it here. You quickly grab it and take it with you. Yoink. You try opening the cellar door, but alas, it is locked. Alas, she is locked, me friends. Dun, dun, dun. Now, child, it ain't no use getting yourself upset. Things have a way of working themselves out. I know, silly, but it just doesn't seem right. I should get all the money. Oh, hi, Laura. It looks familiar. My necklace. I was wondering where it got to. Well, Missy Laura, thank you. Did I give it to you? Yeah, I gave it back. There you go. You're a friend now, right? Friends? Friends now? You can kiss. You can kiss now, right? You don't feel like kissing her. Guess we're not friends yet. Not friends enough, anyway. Not for that. That's a nice effect. Laura is definitely not the kissing kind of girl. She's not into kissing anyone. She's just not interested in you. Or in anyone. She's just a simple old girl who likes murder mysteries. She definitely would not do well in Phantasmagoria, a game all about sitting. Alright, so he's in there. Let's see if we can spy on him. Wow. I really hate the spelling of that word. You see the Colonel sitting in his room. No, nothing else to see there. Rudy's over there. We've looked at him. Gloria's down there. We've looked at her. We can try spying on Ethel. Otherwise, I think the next time forward is outside. And that was risky crossing the middle there, because you can obviously die doing that. You know how they all feel about me, don't you, Polly? What? You're a butt? Well, I don't care what they think, especially Gertie and that conniving daughter of hers. She's a butt, too. I think I'll have another drink. Okay, Polly? Ark! Have a drink. Alcoholics Anonymous. Off you go. Ark! Here's to you. Want some rye? Course you do. Alright. This is the direction we're going to go. Yeah, that parrot is going to be a witness to something. Here we go. Ting ting. Ta, ta. I can't go on with this any longer. I must tell him about... Quiet. Let's go into the house to continue this discussion. Oh ho, I must know more. No privacy here either. Come on, let's go to the dining room. Perfect. We couldn't spy on them outside because they can see us coming to watch them. But if they're in the dining room, we can totally spy. It's just not right. We've got to tell him about it. No, it'll work out, Wilbur. I've got some plans. How are you going to replace that 100 grand we took from Henri? Where would you get that kind of money? He's a lawyer. He'll steal it. I know people I can do it. Trust me. He's got a really odd angle to his head, because that's the front of his chest, and he's like snapped right to the left. Why were we so stupid to buy into a racehorse anyway? And to use Henri's money, we should have known better. It would have worked out, Wilbur. It wasn't our fault that horse broke its leg. All I can say, Clarence, is you'd better do something fast, because if you don't, I'm fessing up. Yes. I'll handle it, Wilbur. Just don't be stupid and say anything. I've got to go. Remember, don't say nothing. Do not say nothing. So, he should say something, because don't say nothing is a double negative. You got it, Wilbur. You know what to do. He just told you to tell all. Alright, trying to see if there's any... Now that time's moved forward, people would have slightly moved around the house, so it's time to do some more checking on where people are. And if we can spy on them doing naughties. The Colonel's still just sitting in his room. He's not doing anything too obnoxious. There's no one in that room. There kind of are modern versions of this. I mean, to some degree. There's still murder mystery games being made. The Sexy Brutale is kind of like this in some ways. With it being a sort of... You have to find out who's murdered and then stop it from happening. Still talking to Polly. Oh, okay, so this is the room I want to go in. To move time forward again. Clarence and Gloria are going to have a chat. Everything alright, Gloria? I suppose, darling. Yeah, see, they don't want to talk because I'm here, so that's fine. I know which room to spy on now. There we go. Lord snapped his neck and purple eyeshadow. Gonna have a chat. You seem distant, babe. What's the matter? These two are meant to be dating, but she's about to break up with him. Dun, dun, dun. Well, darling, this is very difficult. What's difficult? Me telling you to get lost. You and I want to end it. She doesn't have the blood through the hair to be Ric Flair. Are you joking or something? That's ridiculous. No, darling, I'm not joking. I have a new beau. He's a director. He'll get me all the parts if I do things for him. Yeah, well, I have to think about this. See you around, sweetheart. I mean, she's a smoker as well, but, you know, obviously they're different kinds of smokers. I don't know what he's got to think about, because she was like, I'm ending it, and he's like, I want to think about this. It's like, well, she broke up with you, mate. Everything alright, Gloria? I suppose, darling. Let's just get on with this game. Look at the physics! Look at them! This is pretty good, like, animation. If you keep playing like this, darling, I'll have to win. Or something. I don't know how you play billiards with just 2 balls. Or 3 balls, technically, but... because billiards all about, like, sinking the ball, and then the other person has to try and sink the same ball from the same spot. It's all weird. I much prefer pool to billiards. Darn, missed again. Also, she broke up with him, and he stormed out, but they're still playing billiards together. Bloody idiots. Let's save again. Sorry that I'm saving so much, but it's just, it's important in this game. Ah! Act 3. Oh! You'll see someone walk past. There we go. Now, what was that about? You're not closer. Okay, let's see if we can spy on the magazine that he's reading from. Look over Wilbur's shoulder at the magazine and see pictures of racehorses. Nothing on the floor. Dun dun dun. Something looks wrong here. A chair is being knocked over and there are signs of a struggle on the floor. A fireplace poker has been dropped on the library floor. You see some small pink feathers scattered upon the floor. You see no sense in carrying around a bunch of feathers. As you retrieve the fireplace poker, your eyes happen to fall upon some small pink feathers scattered upon the floor. You wonder how the small pink feathers on the floor, they look like they may have come from a pillow or a feather boa. Someone is wearing a feather boa. Yes, it's a poker. Jeeves will come. Jeeves or Fifi actually end up coming in here and they clean it up. They pick up the chair and they even sweep up the feathers. I think it's only after you've found the body though. Oh, hang on. Nope. So, new save, Act 1, 2, 3. We are now in Act 3. Oop. Time moved on just from seeing Gloria. So I'm probably going to reload this save. Because I don't want time to have moved on for no reason. But Gloria is wearing the feather boa. So it's time to find the doctor. And I'm pretty sure I know the two places the doctor can be found. So I'll show both. It was a weird noise. Sounded like someone behind me made a noise, but there's no one in the house. Either that or I am about to be murdered. Previous explore save. Let's see if there's anyone in here. Oh. You're inside a leaky old playhouse. What is the motive indeed? And then he said... This is a bit odd. Your friend seems to be reading a book to those old dolls. Huh? What are you doing here, Laura? I don't know. Kissing doll, that is not clear. There is a distinct motive that can be worked out before the end of the game as to why people are dying. It's not the clearest, and kind of you've got to know the ending of the game to work it out, but I do know what it is. I don't think Wilbur's in there. Wilbur, you have come upon a run-down carriage house. Old crates have been piled before one of the doors. For obvious reasons, it has not been used as a carriage house for some time. I believe Wilbur is in here and one other place. So let's check. Nope, no Wilbur in here. You peer through the gloom of the old carriage house. Parts of the decrepit carriage lie on the right, in the right corner, and a small rowboat named Minnow rests on the left corner. Well, we got one thing we need. We need the oil. You can't... It's right there. Okay. What are you? Tell me what you are. You see an old oil can sitting on the workbench. Okay, so take oil can. Will that make you happy, game? Is that the exact words the passer needs? Thank you. Yep, oil can. You look inside the decrepit carriage and find a crowbar. Thinking it might come in handy, you take it with you. My name is Gordon Freeman. I'm here to save the world. Smacks box with crowbar. Well, that's one place I thought his body was, and it's not, so... I might have been right that he was over here first, actually. No, the body should still be there. But now that you say that, it might not be, and that worries me. Ethel must need the cool night air to help clear her head, or is she just wandering mindlessly? See ya, Ethel, you drunk. If he's not in here, then I'm going to reload to move time back. There he is. This is the old plantation chapel. Above the pulpit, you see a beautiful stained glass window. Oh no, what's happened to Wilbur? Someone must have hit him over the head and killed him. Nervously, you look behind you, but there's no one there. I'm pretty sure it's the carriage house or the chapel you can find him. I might be wrong and it's another room, not the carriage house. It appears as if Wilbur was fatally hit on the head with a blunt instrument. With trembling hands, you search Wilbur's body and confirm your suspicions that he died by a tremendous blow to the head. What's this? Why, it's Wilbur's monocle. Thinking it might come in handy, you take it with you. So the monocle, is a special item. If you look at things with it, you get to see extra. You carefully examine the white handkerchief using Wilbur's monocle, much like a magnifying glass. Why, what's this? You see a small EP in one corner of the white lace trim. Ethel Prune, perhaps? Though, yeah, Ethel Prune. Look at poker with monocle. You examine the entire fireplace poker with the monocle. Uh-oh, there are traces of blood on it. I think... yeah. You notice some sagging floorboards near the pulpit. Although the floorboard is loose, you can't seem to budge it with your bare hands. There we go. That was the right set of words. The floorboard has been pried open, exposing a small niche in the chapel floor. Niche. You're not close enough. Inside the niche, you see an old leather-bound Bible. Steel Holy Relic. After removing the brittle old Bible from the opening in the floorboards, you carefully open it. Written inside the front cover, you see Francis Pierre Crouton, born 1997, passed away in 1932. So obviously we're not going to read all of that, but yeah, this is a list of all the people when they were born and when they died, or some of them obviously haven't died yet. Though they probably should have. If this is the 1920s, they'd be over 100, so I guess it just doesn't say when they've died. But Sarah Marie Crouton, she's the closest. Upon further searching through the old Bible, you notice a strange notation on the last page. It says, Sarah, our end is near. The bell will ring solemnly on our final night, and then will sound no more. Sir Lancelot will forever salute us. Do not weep for us, my child. We will watch over you. We love you. Do not ever forget, Mama. That's nice. With a sad heart, you tenderly close the fragile Bible and reverently place it back in its hiding place under the chapel's floorboards. So some people died. I assume killed in the Civil War. That would be what sort of was happening at that time frame. If I'm, got my time frame right. Sorry, I had to keep blowing my nose. I got a bit of a cold starting up, I think. Alright. Don't want to go in there because Gloria's in there. We've found Wilbur, found the handkerchief, found the monocle, we've got the oil can, and we've got a mystery about Sir Lancelot. Sir Lancelot's a knight. We know where there is a knight. Whether he's Lancelot or not, we'll have to find out. Well, I tried doing it myself, but you didn't open the door. A very old suit of armour with one gloved hand holding a battle axe stands beside the stairway. Although it's well polished, all of its joints are completely rusted. Yes, we are kitted out for murder. So is there a plaque on this? That's a plague. So I spell armor the way with the U. This game spells it the American way, which doesn't have a U. So let's oil left arm. Yep, that's the arm we want to oil. Got a splitting headache, Laura? You know, you win some, you lose some. I swear you... Oh no, hang on. Was it the helmet I had to oil? Oh, I'm a bit dense, aren't I? You carefully open the armor's visor and peek inside. You see a small metal valve handle hanging by a hook inside the armor's helmet. You grab the valve handle. You also see an old yellowed note pasted to the inside of the helmet. Curious about the old note, you read it. It says, "Our dearest Sarah, Sarah Crouton, we knew you would know to look in the armor. This war is terrible. We fear our end is near. In case you're not the only one to find this note, we won't give too much away. Use this valve handle with your favorite water nymph. Don't ever forget, we love you very much. Love forever, Papa and Mama." Aw, that's nice. I don't know why I was trying to open his arm. Like, that's not something you can open, so... That was me just being a bit dense, really. Actually, I'm just thinking, it might be upstairs now that I can catch Fifir and Kerner doing the nasty, so it might be a good time to go and check that. Obviously, as time progresses in the game, there's a lot less people, so it becomes a lot easier to move around without running into them and moving time forward. Because we're already down 2 people now, and 1 dies every hour. What is this? What is this indeed? Right. Bloody old liar. Oh, we've already seen them 2 kissing, so I don't know why I keep looking for it, because that's already happened. What are you trying to do? Get everyone upset around here? Wilbur's dead, mate. Dead as a doorknob. Dead as a doctor. He won't be feeling anyone up anymore, though. So, yeah. A certain colonel is quite capable of walking. He just pretends he can't. He was wounded in the war. So he does have a reason for the wheelchair and for people to think that he's hurt. This is an odd-looking place. It seems to be a private little garden, completely surrounded by a large hedge. You wonder why. Do I, though? This hedge garden is very strange. In the center you see a small fountain, while a nearby statue overlooks it. Perhaps at one time this was someone's place of quiet contemplation. Statue of Dancing Nymph overlooks the fountain. What's this? You notice a small square shaft protruding from the base of the statue. The metal valve handle is now attached to the valve stem at the base of the statue. Turn on steam. Upon turning the valve handle, you hear a click and the fountain comes to life. Oh, isn't that nice? That's very calming. The fountain sits forlornly in the center of the garden. It was meant to have opened something, though. Because that click means something is opened up. And now I can't remember where it is, but... oh well. I can't go down into that area yet anyway. I lack one of the items needed. Aha! This must be the butler's room. Actually, it's not too bad considering it's down in the cellar. Yep, that's a brick wall, alright. A box of crackers is sitting on the nightstand next to Jeeves' bed. Mine. You ask Jeeves if you can have the crackers. He nods his head in approval. Kindly leave my room. Please leave. I'm tired. I don't want to converse. This is a poor but clean shack here at the edge of the old sugarcane fields. Nearby you see a small chicken coop. Oh, that tree is stopping me. That tree is still stopping me. Nice to see you again, Missy Laura. Won't you come in? Celise's place looks quite cozy and comfortable. She's managed to make a home out of a little old shack. Look how damn... If you want, you can sit a spell and we'll visit. Look how big this damn bloody bed is. Can I have carrot? Before taking the carrot, you look at Celise for permission. She nods her head, nods her approval. With that, you take the juicy looking carrot for yourself. What do you know about voodoo? Ain't nothing wrong with voodoo if you use it for good anyways. A lot more bad would happen around if it wasn't for me and my spells. Colonel Henri thinks a lot of that old horse. He told me once that Blaze saved his life in the Spanish-American War. Yeah, that's nice. Toodles? I've got horse now. A broken arch bridge crosses a large stream at the swamp's edge. The misty bayou waters surround this old plantation, cutting it off from the rest of the world. Better watch your step around here. Yes, indeedly do. Especially because there's crocodiles. Friendly crocodiles. I want to pat this one. No, I don't want to drown. I want to pat crocodile. Crocodile. Ah! You certainly made a succulent meal for that hungry gator. I got eaten. Well, now that I think about it, I think I have to do one more thing to this statue. You grab the statue and find it turns easily. As you turn it, you notice a hidden trapdoor in the ground opening simultaneously. That's right. You've got to turn the water on, then move the statue, and then you've got access to the hidden depths below. Which, I'm not allowed in yet. It's too dark. You can't see. Though this is the exact... that's exactly how it looks later on with the lantern, so You know, it's not too dark. This game just wants to be a dick. This quaint gazebo looks like it was at once a nice spot for quiet reflecting. Looking north, you see some tall hedges. You're walking along the south edge of the Bayou Island. An old road runs alongside the old plantation's front wrought iron fence. From here you can see the edge of the main circular driveway. Laura dies more than once from stairs without a light. In Laura Bow 2, The Dagger of Amun-Ra, the light goes out, and if you try and go down the stairs without replacing it, you fall to your death as well. Laura and stairs do not mix well. Alright, it's not the carriage house I need. Oh, it's not this room I need either. Come on. There we go. I need to make friends with a horsey. Hello, horsey. You hold the carrot in front of Blaze's nose, who begins to cautiously sniff at it. He then gently takes it into his mouth and eats it. He looks at you and whinnies softly, as if in friendship. You gently stroke Blaze's soft nose. He seems to like that. Whereas before he got agitated at the idea of being touched. So the AI had a bit of trouble there about what I just typed. You gently stroke Blaze. He likes it. He likes it. Don't want to let you out though, mate. A bit of thunder. Someone got thunderstruck. Alright, what have we got? We got okay, we've got crackers. That's the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to go talk to Polly. Because now that we've got the crackers, we should go and talk to Polly every hour. Because Polly has things to say. What things we won't know till we talk to the damn bird. Because he's no pigeon stool. He doesn't give things out unless you give him treats. Give Polly cracker. You give a cracker to the parrot. She's after me. Ark! So afraid. So it's possible the killer is a girl. Because she's after me. Oh, my throat's all blocked up now. Ding ding. Might as well move the time forward for this. And we've got to notice that Gloria has a boa. Even if it were true, darling, what would I care? So she doesn't care that the doctor's possibly dead. As far as she's concerned, screw him. He knows things he shouldn't. What those things are, the game doesn't fully explain, but it's things that he shouldn't know. Get out of this room. I need him to leave the room at some point so I can take his elevator and use it. This ain't for you, kid. Alright, so I should better go and spy on them. Clarence's cigar sits in the ashtray. Monocle. Okay, so I'm not getting any extra out of them yet. But we know two people smoke cigars, and people are definitely drinking. No, I don't want to move. I don't want to movie it. That'd be a completely different game. Oh! You found a small hidden room in the house. Yeah, but what else have I found down here? An old cane lies on the floor. Okay. You examine it with a monocle, but don't see anything interesting. Who is this so-called director that Gloria is seeing now? Why, I ought to punch his lights out for getting between me and my gal. Gloria was never your gal. Just because she went out with you a couple of times, you thought you owned her. Well, I got news for you, buddy. My sister doesn't need to settle for the likes of you. As a matter of fact, you are nothing but a mere dalliance for her. Dalliance? Ha! Why, you're the one who can't make a commitment to anyone. You're just trying to sink Gloria down to your lousy level. You ain't good enough to kiss the ground she walks on. You're nothing but a low-class jerk. Quit butting in between me and Gloria. This is none of your business. I'll handle it the way I want, and I won't be asking your permission. Even though I was just talking to you. I'm warning you, Jack. If I see you near my sister again, I'll cut you up into little pieces and feed them to the dog. Got it? Even though your name's Clarence. Not Jack. So there's definitely some things going on here. Lillian seems to be a bit perturbed that no one's doing something about Gertrude getting the money. And Clarence and Rudy clearly have a relationship problem going on due to Gloria. Oh, look, he's sleeping. Clarence seems to be resting in his bed. Well, he's not the next... Watch out! I already showed that. Alright, so we gotta find... Has Henri moved? Yes, he has. And you notice the elevator has moved as well. You see a tarnished brass key hidden inside the barrel of the cannon. So this is one of the items you're probably not going to find. You remove the key from the barrel of the cannon and take it with you. Because that's not... there's nothing to say that key's in there, and you've got to look in the cannon. You don't see it here. So Dr. Wilbur's bags disappeared as well. I might be able to die by opening the gate. Whee! You really got the shaft this time. So also, that means the elevator's not downstairs. That means the elevator is upstairs. Someone is on the top floor of this building. Which we haven't gone to yet, because we need to use the elevator to get there. Ah! That's what you get for being such a snoop, Laura. So that room is no longer safe. This is the top floor. There's an attic in here. But this is locked from the other side. Act 4. So I'm gonna reload. I don't want this to happen. But this is where the next time is. So at least I know now. And Rudy's going in. Stop it. Leave me alone. Get out of my room now. So Rudy is such a piece of shit that he actually goes up to Fifi's room to force himself upon her. Fifi looks tired. She's resting in her bed. That's pretty despicable. That's like not just your normal levels of like heel like antics. He's deliberately going to harass her. Even though she's made it clear at this point she wants nothing to do with him. So, Rudy, not a good guy. Bit of a dick. I don't think I can light the lantern yet. I don't have any matches. And I don't think I can get matches for a while. They were either down in the room below and I missed them, or they appear in here at a certain point. And now I'm worried that I've missed them. But I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure they just appear in the drinking room at a later point. but we'll check over here. This is a mirrored medicine cabinet on the wall next to the sink. Nothing we need in there. If you want it, just get it. So it's definitely something that can be got. See a small dresser here. Nothing of interest in the dresser, and I can't see matches anywhere else. So hang on, let's just go here and yeah. I'm pretty sure the matches appear in the drinking room at a later point, so I can't go downstairs just yet. Yeah, there are 3 people who are smoking. You think there'd be matches everywhere. I'm pretty sure later on there's a little bourbon and stuff that appears down here, and the matches are sitting on it. Because you're not meant to go down into the basement quite this quickly. So we might as well go up, and we'll see this scene again to move it on to Act 4. Oh, hang on. Before we... I'm going to speed up a lot. Before we do that, double check in here. No, wrong room. No, come on. No, that's not the right room. It is this one. Yeah, the elevator's not here. So if the elevator was there, I was going to use it to go up to the top floor, but I was pretty sure it wasn't. So, and there's no way to call the elevator. You can only enter it if it's in the appropriate room. Act 4. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Stop, stop it. Leave me alone. Get out of my room now. You'll regret that, you little vixen. So now he has problems with 2 people in the house. Aww. Looks like a fine cognac. 2 glasses sit on the table near the cognac decanter. Yeah. Please, madame, let me rest. Oh, she's gone to sleep. She's that perturbed about what just happened. Act 4. Alright. Time to find where everyone's hiding again. Find out where our missing person is. Clarence isn't in this room. So Clarence is missing. Because he was in there. Can I go upstairs? Stay out of my elevator. No, because he's here. But he wasn't in that room, and then he is, so it seems that he was the person upstairs. Currently, it is empty. That's a big hint that that basket is not always empty, obviously. Ethel is somewhere outside, wandering around drunk. So where she is, we're not sure of at the moment. Let us head downstairs. Explore. Oh, Fifi, you're cleaning in here. Oh, it's a new act, so we should feed Polly a cracker. See if Polly's got any more secrets to reveal. You give cracker to the parrot. Ark, I'll teach her. Ark, she can't break up with me. So that's Clarence talking about Gloria. So, you know, we've got another case of an angry person wandering the world now. So we've got about 3 of them. Things look suspicious here. You can see pieces of a broken record on the floor by the Victrola and a small pile of pink feathers near it. Uh-oh. Small pile of pink feathers looks terribly suspicious. Could they have come from Gloria's feather boa? A broken record lies on the floor. Is that this here? Yep. As you bend down to retrieve the largest piece of the broken record, you notice some spots of mud on the rug. I'm going to spell that word right. Squinting into the monocle, you carefully examine the piece of broken record. Closely situated to each other, you notice two different fingerprints. The muddy spot looks like a partial footprint. The muddy spot looks like a partial, yeah, footprint. So yeah, the pink flamingo strikes again. So someone's definitely dead. Someone wearing a pink boa. So they fixed the chair in here, but... Oh, here he comes. Sweep, sweep, sweep. He's got a little sweeping stick there. I think that's one of those ones that had the rollers on it. And you'd roll it backwards and forwards, and the rollers would pick up dirt. Large dirt. And they'd flick it into like a little well that'd be above it, storing it. So I believe that's what he's using to pick the feathers up. So Gloria's obviously not in the house. But where she could be, I know of two, I think I know of two places for Gloria. I think she's either in the gazebo or in the well. Oh! What's Clarence doing out here? Clarence? Where are you going, Clarence? Clarence? Clarence, what are you doing out here, boy? Just tell us where we are. Clarence? Where you going, old buddy? Clarence? Whoa, whoa, who do we have here? Why, it's Clarence. Well, he's just looking around. Nothing. What's this? Gloria is lying very still upon the gazebo floor. On closer inspection, it's clear that someone has strangled Gloria with her own feather boa. Dun, dun, dun. It appears that Gloria was strangled with her own feather boa. Boyd is not a word the game doesn't understand Bobby either. Nervously, you examine Gloria's body and confirm that she was indeed viciously strangled with her feather boa. Aww. Rip. I'm getting a weird chat disconnected message. It might have disconnected and reconnected, but it's getting pretty close to time for me to stop recording anyway, so... It'd be odd for the chat to suddenly decide to disconnect, so... Error, try again. Well, that's weird. YouTube hasn't done that to me before. So I'm sorry if you're chatting in the chat, because I can't read it at the moment. It's decided it doesn't want to work. Let's go to the front of the house and save, and we can stop the stream there. Because it's been 2 hours. It's definitely time for me to stop. And the chat disconnecting is probably a good sign that the Australian internet's about to explode in fiery death. So we'll save here. End of stream. There we go. say thanks all for coming, and I'll give it a little bit to stop the stream, so at least you guys hear that. Or I can check on the bottom here.